over breakfast tacos, healthy breakfast tacos, just breakfast tacos. Now I've got 3 rashers of bacon, line them up, remove that rind. If I wasn't filming this, I'd fry these and eat them. Don't have time. I'm just going to cut my bacon into tiny little strips, 1/2-inch strips. I made a mistake. I'd keep these. Let's put them in, and then all that fat will render off and we'll have extra juiciness. Handiest tool ever, it's a little dough scraper. Look at that. I usually do this with my knife, and depending on how sharp my knife is, it's a bit scary. Over high heat, and we're going to let that fry for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, 4 eggs. Woo! That's the fun bit about bacon. That's how you know it's doing the right thing. So I've got 4 eggs already cracked, and I'm just going to do about a tablespoon of milk. It doesn't need much, just something to kind of help bind the yolk and the white. If you don't want dairy, you don't have to add it. Just whisk those with a fork until they're even. Set them there until we're ready. So I've got a can of corn that I've drained. That's going to go in too. You don't need to do that, but it just helps with the flavour, getting some of that smoky bacon flavour into the corn, and also calms down the frying of the bacon a little bit. We're not going to get our crispy bacon rinds today. Any other day, that's a snack worth waiting for. Quite young, his little seeds not fully grown. Scoop that out. Keep an eye on that spitting corn. Some really lovely dark colour on there now. And bits of corn flying everywhere. You can turn it down a little bit so it's just not so aggressive. Down to medium, because we do want the flavour, but we don't want too much burning. We pre-slice. Be very careful not to go through that skin into the palm of your hand. It takes experience and good sense of space. If you do it slowly, and if you do it with a butter knife, it's probably a lot safer. You can then scoop out and cut smaller chunks of avocado, and it's little small amounts. So now in our bowl we have avo. We need some salt, some extra virgin olive oil. Over here I've picked some herbs, coriander, and I've got some large leaf rocket. Now that's just sitting in some ice water, which is a stylish trick to keep everything perky and delicious. You will feel the difference. When you bite them, they'll be much crunchier. Okay, so we've got some coriander stalks. Let's get some limes. Another little trick. It's feeling kind of strong against your fist. Give it a little roll before we zest for when we get to juicing. Now we're going to zest away maybe half. This is quite a big lime. I think we need more than that. It's looking good. Juice of half a lime. Then, secret weapon, chilli habanero sauce. You won't actually see this because of the green of the avocado. Neither will your guests. So go light or heavy. Have a little bit more olive oil. You do want this kind of nice and loose, dressed beautifully. It's looking gorgeous. Silky, glossy. So sadly I will have to dispose of my non-crispy bacon rinds. Usually a favourite snack in our house. This mixture of the corn and the bacon is going to go straight in here on top of the avo. Now I know a lot of people have an aversion to hot avocado. I actually do too. You can let this cool down a lot more if you would like. It's not supposed to be a hot salsa, but if we just give it a quick toss, all those flavours will marry up together. I have some beautiful store-bought tortillas, corn, flour, whatever you like. I just love soft. Then what I'm going to do is get some cheddar cheese and grate like fury over the top. Now again, you can choose your cheese. A manchego would be beautiful, which is a goat's cheese, so better for the less tolerant of lactose, or mozzarella, halloumi. Now that's going to pop in the oven. I've got the oven on 200 degrees Celsius fan force. We want a quick warm and melt. We don't necessarily want these to dry out. Now we're going to put our pan back on medium low. I'm not even going to clean it. All of those corn and bacon flavours that are in there are only going to add to my scrambled eggs. I'm going to use a little chunk of butter. I just think eggs scrambled in butter is better. And a little bit of regular olive oil. Too much butter can be a bad thing. Now I'm going to allow that to get to a little bit of a bubbling mess. Now this is where we add the eggs and then turn it down to medium. Allow the edges to begin to solidify, and then in a kind of sexy fashion, you push and pull the eggs into the center. If you have an uneven hot plate, like I seem to, it's a good idea to rotate your pan. So otherwise you're going to have a very heavy side, another side that cooks too quickly. These eggs are looking amazing. So that to me is actually done. Beautiful, silky, silky folds of egg, just cooked to perfection. I haven't seasoned these. I feel like we have a lot of seasoning in our bacon corn mixture. So in the time it took to combine the butter and oil and get it to a beautiful place, fold together our beautifully soft, silky eggs, we have melted hot cheese soft tacos. Here we go for plating. I have a terrible habit of overstuffing my taco. So we have our egg on top of cheese. We have salsa to go on top of that. Avocado-y, bacony, crisped charred corn. You really don't need too much in a taco. I can tell you which ones are going to be awkward to eat on this plate. Now, I love coriander. Some of you may hate it. Don't use it if you don't like it. Simple. There's some rockets. And look how bouncy and fresh these leaves are. Half lime, and pop them in the middle. And there you have it. A sunflower of breakfast tacos. God, so good. I have to stop from having resting bitch face.